Aloha everyone, this is Leimomi, Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here. So today I wanted to share another perspective about alignment and how to really start to bring in that aspect of truly manifesting directly from your soul. So today I'm going to give a little bit for everybody to jump on in. But I wanted to share this with my audience because this is the key aspect of where a lot of people are stuck in their life and business, and they may not even be aware of this until they kind of fall upon me, and I can share very directly how to get into this flow. So today I'm going to talk about like the number one reason as to why money stop flowing, and how to actually manifest and get back into that kind of flow, and how this manifestation method, the soul line manifestation method that I have created, will really help you to really prepare yourself to get back into that flow. Hi Dee. So if you're just jumping on in, just say hi, just so I know that you're listening in, because it doesn't always show whoever's listening. And I wanted to kind of give you guys a bit of a visual. So I have my little whiteboard here. I know it's probably going to be backwards, but I'm just going to make some little scribble, little pictures, so you can understand how this alignment actually works. And if you like what I share, be sure to push the share button, because this is going to go very, very deep. So first of all, I think what you need to understand about manifestation is it's not just only woo. It's not just only something spiritual. Everybody has this aspect of feeling this alignment, okay? So normally we think that alignment just means that I made something magical happen, which is kind of true, but there's also something much more deeper happening at the same time that you may not even be aware of. So I'm gonna bring this awareness to you that really manifestation comes really deeply from getting into your power, and being very sovereign. Okay, so maybe at some point in your life you probably had experienced really cool manifestations, and then you're kind of wondering well, how did I create that? How do I replicate that, right? How do I do even more of that in an expansive way? So of course, it has a lot to do with receiving, right? We absolutely need to do mindset work as to why we are kind of blocking that in. But at a deeper level, it has a lot to do with your soul alignment. So I know I've been talking a lot about soul alignments, and this is basically what my brand is and what I talk about the most. But I want to share with my audience a much deeper understanding of what really is soul alignment and what really is manifestation, because they really go together. They absolutely go together. Your soul has a very unique energetic signature, a unique energy. When you vibrate to that frequency, when you own that frequency, right? Because we have a primary or secondary type of gift. When you bring that energetic quality inside of your body and you're moved by it directly from the heart, okay, that is actually when manifestation happens, because your heart was open, you're able to feel it moving throughout your being, whether you know it or not. Okay, so I'm going to kind of show a bit of a visual of kind of what that looks like. Can everybody kind of see back there? I know this is the closest I'm going to get. So if you guys can't see, just let me know, okay? So the soul itself, just remember that the soul itself is an energy. It's it's a frequency, right? So imagine that your soul itself, I'm just going to draw a really cool a cartoon picture, okay? So let's say this is you, and also let me know if you can't hear me. This is you. You're sitting down. Hopefully I have enough fingers here. it's my little baby. This is like our kind of soul, okay? So this is you, right? And energetically, every time when you get in this alignment feeling, what's really, really happening is at soul level, you're bringing in this new frequency, okay? So like, let's say your energy is more of this like loving vibration. So this love ray vibration comes like right through you, through the top of your head, and then depending on how much you are aware of this energetic frequency, right? This energy of love, or this energy of what your soul is. That is the frequency that your body is going to fulfill, kind of like a container. Like your body is this container. So when it's aligned to you, when your soul is absolutely aligned to this like unique thing that you want to manifest on another scale, this frequency, like let's say this is love, right? You're bringing in that loving vibration, and your third eye actually spins this energetic frequency of love, okay? Because you aligned, you did something to feel that frequency of love, because maybe that's your divine gift. So your soul can only act upon it if it's directly coming from the heart. What a lot of people are doing when they're manifesting, they're only doing it from right here. They're just stopping the manifestation in the head. So what happens is that kind of love frequency, right, only stops here in your head, and you're not able to actually have a bigger capacity to bring in that energy. You actually do bring it in, like maybe you do manifest a lover, or somebody that's kind of the archetype of what you want, right? Like the partner that you want. But if it's not directly, goes all the way into the heart chakra, it never really like becomes totally real in your existence. It doesn't really like become your real reality. It might be close to what you want, but it won't really feel complete. It will kind of feel like, you know, you've ever had a partner, like if this was love, right? You brought in the love partner, and you had this visualization of this partner, and it's kind of like, oh, that person became your boyfriend, but it was never the perfect person. It just like, it always felt like you were kind of missing it. And the reason is because you haven't bring it all the way directly into a whole another frequency, which the creation actually only happens in the heart. I know this is simple, but this is absolutely what people need to understand, is that your blueprints, your unique divine soul blueprints, your energetic frequency is actually much bigger than, like let's say you're bringing in this new life partner, right? When I actually met my husband, by the way, like I did this directly in my heart, so he felt that same frequency, so he could actually come in my life at a time when I really needed him, because I stopped trying to manifest him from my head, but really manifested in my heart. And I remember this very clearly, that the reality that actually happened at that moment, like he just, the next day, literally walked in the door, okay? And it had nothing to do with just, I was feeling loving. I actually cried my eyes out from a movie before he actually came in, because I felt, that's why we say you have to feel the feeling, right, of this alignment, and then you actually feel the frequency of that love, because that is where I was at. And what I needed at the time was, I needed acknowledgement of me coming back into this deeper love, which was self-love. So this is the same thing that happens when you are manifesting anything else, and that feeling has to be that exact frequency. Otherwise, you create this energy of misalignment, of a polarization, of kind of what you want that's kind of like in your head, right? You manifest this way, but you also manifest a little bit from your heart, which is kind of polarizing. It's like you've got a negative and a positive coming at the same time, so then you end up with the thing that you don't want. Does it make sense? So I got this realization, so I have to kind of show you guys this visual, because it's really like what is happening is when you're not fully using your divine gifts in the right capacity with the visualization of what you want at the same time, you create the negative and the positive like at the same time, and then it becomes polarized, which doesn't allow you to really have that reality become completely like real and in sync of what you actually want to create. Okay, so then the only way to like completely ground it, right, is you need to bring energy from the earth. The energy from the earth, obviously she has a much deeper divine love, right? And this is going to be backwards, but sorry. Divine love. And everything that you desire needs to come from the clarity, okay? The clarity needs to come in. I'm just going to make a line. This clarity of that person, that's not right. Whatever the clarity of the person needs to come in from heaven and earth at the same time, and then you vibrate this frequency of exactly what you want, and it's coming from your heart, not from your head, not from what you want material necessarily, which does kind of happen too if you're in that alignment, but for sure you get that alignment when it comes directly from the soul. And in your heart, in your soul, is the Akashic records. It's the hollow records of your soul's blueprints. So if you are acting upon that frequency and that energy that's coming in through your clarity, right? Through your clarity of what you wanted, which maybe was that love, and through the energy frequency of the love itself, then it manifests in your reality, and your reality actually, everything that controls everything in your life is in the heart. So you know what we really need to do as for humanity is we need to study about the heart, because the heart is where all creation is. This is where you create, like, from fulfillment, from this soulful feeling, from this capacity of bringing a higher level of your being, of a highest level of service. Everything starts from the heart. So anybody have questions about that? Does that make sense? You have to actually move heaven into that clarity of what you want, and the heart needs to be completely open and receiving. And also you need to receive the energy from the earth, which is, the energy of motherly love, or this energy of that embodiment. So that's you taking in line action to actually embody the thing that you want. Like, let's say you want to get a car. You went and you did an aligned action where you got in the exact car that you wanted. But then, that action that you felt in your heart, and then the thing that you had clarity about actually expands in your heart, and then it becomes your reality. Isn't that cool? That's really what's happening, is you're manifesting in this way. But this is what happens when you start to manifest actually not from the heart, and it's not coming from a place of love or authenticity or of your unique way that you want to show up, okay? Then what happens is what happens on a physical level, money stops. I mean, think about that. When were you in alignment? Lots of money came through, lots of opportunities came through, lots of your highest psychic gifts ability came through, like lots of abundance flowed, right? Why? Because you were in your own creation. Somehow when you got this clarity that, you know, you maybe got a vision or you got this feeling in your heart, and then, you know, you did a physical action, you felt Mother Earth's support and energy, and then you manifested it right in the heart of what exactly you wanted. Okay, so I'm just talking about the energetics. This is just one level of understanding. But I wanted to share with you guys that it really is, the only reason why that money flowed was because your heart was completely open to be able to return the transformation or the feeling, so then that money came to you. But when you, this is the number one reason, okay, this is why you guys are on here. The number one reason why money stops is because you stop creating from your heart. You stop self-expressing what you truly are and what you desire from a heart space, and instead what you were doing was you were manifesting from the head. Like, oh, I will do that strategy. Oh, I would listen to what my coach said. Oh, I'm going to, I don't know, like do another level of my work, but it's not really aligned to you at the moment. You know, like you're selling stuff that you haven't embodied yet. Those kind of things, right? They're just not in alignment to you, so the clarity doesn't come through, and then you don't actually feel it in your heart, and then it doesn't manifest, and then you block the whole money from coming through. So the number one reason why the money stopped was because you didn't create it from the heart, you created it from the brain, and you're thinking that if I do that action that wasn't even in alignment for you in the first place, okay, then you stop every flow that can even bring abundance for yourself, right? Isn't that true? Like, this is what we are absolutely doing wrong for each other, is we're misaligning, thinking that, oh, because I did, maybe you did do an aligned action, okay, because it felt good at the moment, but you didn't make enough momentum with your action, and directly from the inspired feeling from your soul, then you didn't really feel that real aligned action, which I call is your soul aligned action or manifestation. Because it came from your heart. It didn't come from anywhere else. It came from, you got the clarity, you got the download, you got the inspiration, and you said, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then you physically move your body in that same aligned action, and then your heart said, yes, I'm going to create this, and the reality came through because it's from the heart. So the number one reason why this is why it stopped, because it wasn't fulfilling your need of being in your creation, right? If you were following somebody else's method, or you're following somebody else's way that they manifest, and by the way, this is the other reason why you're not manifesting, is because you're using other people's manifestation blueprints, and then you end up really, really kind of misaligned, and then money stops flowing, and clients stop coming, things just starts like going crumbling right into chaos, and then you end up wondering, what the heck did I want in the first place? And then you get totally disempowered, and then you just want to give up and you want to die. Like, this is actually the reason why people stop being themselves, is because they think that if I just follow that person or follow that leader or do more of this and do this strategy and that, like it's going to manifest better. It never does, because it never really came directly from your heart. So my question to you right now is there something in your life, a relationship, because this is the main reason, there's a relationship that is stopping you from really being in your heart, being in your own creation, in your own self-expression. And if you can actually pinpoint that, and you can actually even walk away from the relationship, or even stop seeing the person, or stop like letting that person disempower you for not feeling your heart and feeling kind of sorry or feeling kind of guilty, or like whatever the relationship is, I'm telling you, money is going to flow again. Okay. Everybody got that? Everybody understands? Holy cow, like you guys you guys are all listening. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go back and see what you guys, if you guys have questions, just ask. Anissa says, so you must manifest from the heart. Absolutely. It absolutely cannot come from anybody else or from the brain. As soon as you do that, there's no emotional charge, there's no feeling in it, so then you feel like not in your heart and not in your creation, which, by the way, creation is power. Not in your power, not in your heart, which is your soul, right? If you're not in the power of your soul, and you're not owning yourself and owning your leadership or owning your abilities, your soul's gifts or whatever it is, then your heart closes, and then everything you want doesn't come into fruition. It kind of comes half-ass. Actually, it comes like partially. Sometimes you get the right person, the right partner. Sometimes you get the right, like you get the like a dummy of what you wanted, rather than the actual thing that actually needed to come into fruition, and you blocked it, and then you're not able to receive it at a further capacity. So creation only happens from the heart, absolutely, because you're in your power. Hi, Johnny. Okay, hi, Dee. Okay, hi, Christy. Thank you, Anissa. That was a really good question. Yep, so I did something similar with my husband too. Jesus, I got the structures we are talking about. Yay! And Johnny, you're like manifestation queen, so I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Amber says, this is amazing. Yay! Hi, Tepsi, my love. Robin says, I see now. That's beautiful. Love it. Hi, Jan. I thought I wouldn't understand it, but I get it. It makes sense now. Okay, so everything that I'm sharing with you, this is something deep reflection. This is something that you, even though you intellectually understand this, the more you hear what I just said, the more you're going to get it. Because this came from me reflecting and thinking about like why things stop flowing. And trial and error, and I myself just experienced money stop flowing. So this is why I can talk about it. And I can actually laugh about it too, because then I realized like, duh, like get back in your heart, back into your power, get rid of that relationship, like move things that needed to be moved for me to really feel my heart again. Angela says truth. Yes, this is so accurate, Jessie says. Cool, you guys are all like loving this. Nissa says, so you have to get clear, manifest from the heart, and, okay, by the way, so you get clear, which is the clarity, that's that light bulb moment, right? In your head, you get that light bulb moment, and then you, once you've got that clarity, then you need to feel something from your soul, then it needs to come into your being by an actual embodiment action, right? Where your heart feels so soulful and full, and then whatever you actually wanted to create just start to pull in that energy. So you really do need to pull in that grounded energy by an actual aligned action. A lot of people think like, oh, I just manifested because I had some mindset shifting, which is true. It's one part of it. That's the clarity. But the other part at a deeper level does come from that grounded aspect. Robin says, makes me want to cry. Really? Elizabeth said, awesome girl, love that you are sharing your gift, sending positive energy your way. Aw, thank you, Elizabeth. Right on. So yes, this is why you need your blueprint. This is why you need your soul's blueprint. So everybody has their unique blueprint. What I'm saying about this is your the main divine gifts, a main like energy signature, right? That what your soul is. And so when you're in the heart and you're in your blueprint, okay, which is that creation there in your heart, you're in that creation. If you took an aligned action, right, which is the grounded aspect that was aligned to the clarity of what you wanted, like let's say it's a bigger picture, you want $1 million or something that's like at a bigger scale than what you know you have been embodying yet. You actually have to take these actions that is aligned to your blueprint, which your soul's blueprint can be like love or wisdom or truth or order or compassion, self-expression, plus aligned to your soul star, which is where a lot of your personality comes from. Then you're taking those aligned actions towards it. And this is why I read people's blueprints, is because I give you your exact manifesting blueprint, your soul's gifts, your main soul's gifts, your business energy, your business marketing archetype, which is what your dream business would look like. I give you like pieces of what all of your soul alignment is. Then when you have that blueprint, it gives you an ability to take that grounded action, and then through this reflection, okay, which by the way, I give you a prompt. This is what I'm gonna do in my next program coming up, which is my 14-day Soul Line Manifestation Method program. This is where I'll give you your blueprints. You'll watch a 10-minute video for me to explain what part of the blueprint that is, and then you take an aligned action towards that particular part of your blueprint and align it to your main gift and your archetype, your business marketing archetype, and all the aspects of what your soul is. Then you get, through reflection and through connecting with source and like through doing a meditation that I kind of have you also do to feel that connection, then the clarity comes. Like sometimes some people see it, sometimes they just experience it, but like they actually can start to embody that energy because they know what the aligned action is for the day. So what we do in my program is every day for 14 days, we actually look at, you take what you're at soul level, use those parts of your blueprint, take an aligned action that's specific to that part of your blueprint, and then within 2 to 4 days, you start to manifest like soul aligned things, okay? Like let's say your energy is love or your energy is power, like all the things that was starting to manifest, they absolutely came into fruition because it was aligned to love, or it was aligned to power of what your soul is. So Amber says I will need to totally watch this again tomorrow. Oh yeah, like I just like spilled the beans to everybody, so hopefully it will all come together. Yeah, you can totally, you're gonna have to listen to the replay because that was really powerful stuff. Robin says it really gave me clarity. It's my favorite video. Oh, Shauna says, what does it feel like to manifest from the heart? Is it vibration or happiness or something else? Oh, okay. The feeling you will get, the feeling, okay, so when you actually manifest, like let's say you manifest, I need an example. Like let's say you manifest some, like for example, okay, I'll give an example of my husband. When I manifested him, at that very moment, it was a vibrational frequency that I felt in my heart. Like, but I had this clarity, and I actually, the line action was I watched, if you ever watched that movie, The Vow, that vow like made, the vow made me like cry like a baby. Because I was like, oh my God, there's a possibility that you can have somebody that loves you to the capacity. And I was having, you know, people in my life that was totally not that at all, was not a loving vibration, was exactly what I didn't want. The feeling was like this vibration of not just happiness, but it was like a fulfillment. Like, I was like, oh, I get it, like, you know, that aha moment. But I actually experienced it in my body, and I actually felt my reality shifted, because the reality that I was aligned to at the moment was that I would manifest a guy who's married, or who doesn't really care about what I'm talking about, or doesn't really understand what I'm saying, who, you know, the total opposite of what I wanted, because I was pushing the one that I did want and pulling in the energy that I didn't want. So it is kind of like that happiness feeling, that peace, because I remember feeling completely peaceful. Like it was an acceptance. Like, this is gonna be real. I'm gonna meet this guy who absolutely loves me just like that, just as I am. And I was actually in this self-love acknowledgement at that very moment, because, by the way, that's just the way my soul is. But if your order or your power or your truth, like, you actually have to align to that energy of that frequency of what that truth or order or compassion or whatever your gift is. And then when you feel that frequency, that unique frequency, because mine was love, right? Then I pulled that exact replica of what divine love was, and then that was when my husband showed up, which is like my twin flame, and it's very intense. So you see, like, that when it's really in that full alignment, it is definitely a feeling, and the clarity and the peace, and it's kind of like, it's just a frequency. It's a unique frequency. So that even includes, like, if you manifest, like, you know, a person or a podcast, getting on a podcast, or getting on a council, or whatever you wanted. So we must be aligned from our heart up through our third eye and grounded. Yes, that's actually what's energetically happening. And how do you pull energy from the earth? You pull energy from the earth, you can visualize it, but mostly you need to actually do something that is an action that's in alignment to the clarity and the thing of what you're feeling you want to create. So it's actually a combination of actually doing something, but it has to be really in alignment to that frequency that you're creating from your heart. Because remember, the language of the universe is energy, it's a frequency. So they will give you this, like, source will give you that frequency exactly the way you want it. Totally. Nissa says, I have been trying to manifest $5,000 in sales. How can I manifest 5,000? When it comes to money, that's a little bit more complicated. Maybe I need to do another live stream about that. I'm only talking about relationship right now, because it's the one thing that blocks us. So if you guys just jumped on in, by the way, the number one reason that money stops in is relationships. So if it's a coach, if it's somebody that's not aligned to you, it's going to absolutely sabotage your ability to bring in abundance. And then when money completely stops, that means that you're completely misaligned. And you don't want to get there. Don't get there, okay? That's a really good topic. How do you manifest an exact money number, right? But you have to remember that money is a specific frequency, and it has a lot to do with mindset, like your ability to hold that capacity of like 50K or 10K or whatever number it is. It has really a lot to do with mindset and processing your block, like your block of receiving it. It goes much deeper. All right. Did I answer everybody's questions? I hope I didn't skip, because I kind of like skip through. This was fun. Was it fun for you guys? I had this visual of me teaching something on my whiteboard, and I had this like dream before I woke up. So I was like, oh my god, like this I need to be teaching. So I just like got my whiteboard, and I was like, oh, this is what it is. I gotta show you guys. This is how you are in soul alignment. Like the thing that's like, you get a visual or you get a feeling, and it came directly a download from source that is aligned to you, that is your originality, that is your heart creation. Whether it becomes money or, you know, a relationship or whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. What you actually need to feel is this alignment, okay? alignment to that part of your creation. Okay, so so what I wanted to share really is, without your manifesting blueprints or knowing what your soul is at soul level, it's very, very hard to replicate this results that I'm talking about. Because again, it's a frequency that you are made of directly from source. So if you're like let's say your energy is love, but your energy of what you're doing at a third dimensional level, right, your action, is you're aligning to this action of being more of like let's say truth, then because it's misaligned to what you're at soul level, you will get like a mixed match of truth and love at the same time, and it will never ever feel good. It'll always feel like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm creating and I'm doing my purposeful work, but it doesn't feel right. And no matter what result that happens around you, like people actually, get amazing results by you being more of that, truth. But if it's not aligned to you, you're going to feel the after effects, and it's going to feel totally bad. Like everybody else says, oh, you helped me make $1 million, and you look super successful, and like all of that. Like people will give you compliments, but inside of you, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to be like, I know that what I do is really amazing because I'm helping lots of people, but it doesn't feel right. I don't feel in flow. I don't feel it completely in my heart, because what you're doing is you're manifesting it from your brain. And this is what a lot of industry leaders, by the way, are doing. Because even though they made a lot of money and they got really famous for what they did, but if they did it in the wrong frequency of what they wanted, it's going to be like, it's just going to feel terrible. A lot of people even could eventually get misaligned by you. So you really, really, really need to know your soul's blueprints. So this is why I'm opening up my 14-day soul line manifestation challenge. It's like a challenge, but it's really a program. For 14 days, you take soul line action. If you decide that you wanted to just jump on into this, today I'm giving away a shell clearing. And what the shell clearing will do is it'll absolutely open up your heart to receive at a higher level of capacity. Because a lot of reasons why people are not in that alignment, or they can't really feel that alignment, is because they're holding energetically the shell that's around their heart. So this is why on a very, very worst case scenario, this is why people get panic attacks, or they have issues with losing weight, or issues with creating money and like bringing in abundance, is because the shell is around their heart. And so their heart and their whole frequency, so then they actually push away everything and they end up getting what they don't want. So it's actually on my website. You can go to leimomi.keliikuli.com and look for the one that says 14-day soul line manifestation method program, which I'll probably just put it at the bottom after I'm done on the live stream, or if anybody actually can look on my website and put it at the bottom, that would be so awesome. This program is where I'm going to give you your blueprints. I'm going to give like what you're at soul level, your main soul's gifts, your business marketing archetype, your what your soul specialization is, what your abundance code is, what's your manifesting blueprints, like everything you need to know that you're going to be able to create what you want. And what it is once I give you the blueprint, I give you a PDF, and the PDF will give you all these terms, and I'll give you actually a recording of what all of this stuff all means. And a lot of times when people tell me when they hear their blueprints, they're like, oh my God, like how do you even know all of that information? Because I just read it in your Akashic records. I just brought it into existence so that it could become channeled exactly what your soul is. Then what we're going to do is every day for 14 days, because I figured out the exact number of how many days it's going to take for you to feel this alignment and this momentum to actually happen. And within the first 2 to 3 days of just doing that soul line action to that particular part of your blueprint, you watch these like 10-minute videos, you do some meditation that will just get you to be more inspired. And then you'll get the clarity and you take that aligned action, and then things that you actually have been wishing, they start to come into fruition. My goal is to give you an experience. A lot of the manifestation programs out there, they're just telling you like a technique, but that one may not resonate with you because you may be not that kind of person that maybe journaling helps you, or maybe like mindset stuff doesn't necessarily help you. But this way it's very, very easy. It feels that flow. It comes directly from your heart, because I'm not the one telling you like exactly what action to take. I'm telling you what kind of action or that you need to reflect within yourself. That's the soul-like action for today that you can do that's going to get you into that bigger capacity to actually receive and bring in that new level of abundance that you want to manifest. So yeah, so within that time period, you'll get that. And so it's like $497 just for the course itself. If you want to do VIP is where I actually would do a big level 1 clearing, Akashic record clearing, and this one is where I'll actually go into your blueprints and find out where in your 5th dimension aspect, meaning like particular parts of that block you from being visible, or being like being able to impact more people, or like particular past lives that maybe have been blocking particular parts of relationships and all of these kind of aspects of it. And then that's going to actually help you to create that part in fruition at a very fast pace. So if you guys are interested in that, just you can PM message me, or you can just go to that site, and then once you sign up, I will be able to start to create your blueprints. So this is why it's better to do it earlier, because I need some time to do it for you. And then what you can do in the meantime is you're going to reflect about what does that mean to you, okay? And then when you actually start and you take that aligned action, it's all going to come together, and you're going to really, really feel that feeling of heart creation. So how many of you would love to do that with me? I really want people to feel this feeling of soul-aligned manifestation, because it's something that's like, it's priceless. I've seen people in my programs manifest on podcasts, on like even Glamour magazine, and what other things, like made $5,000 and all of these things that really was soul-aligned to them. Like they started to show up because it came directly from what they needed to feel and be fulfilled, and they felt that energy of exactly the way that their soul was designed to do that. And it was just like within 2 to 3 days. So I know Dee, I don't know if Dee is still on, but Dee took it, and she can tell you hands down like how amazing she's been able to move forward, and in such a short period of time. Actually, like, she's launching her book tomorrow. I mean, and that all came because out of alignment. Like, she was really ready to bring in a higher level of her service, and that just so happened to be writing a book, and she was actually able to do that in like a month or two. Actually, it's like, if I think about it, it's like it's only been a month for her to actually do that. And it was because she was doing this momentum of this soul-aligned manifestation, not just for that, for a book, but for other things in her life. So I've seen like people really expand their psychic gifts, and actually also, once you're actually in this manifestation, that's the highest level where your psychic gift starts to expand, and you just actually starts to get higher level of information, and being able to share your gift at a higher capacity than what you're doing right now. That's one of the biggest benefit that you're going to see once you start to do this soul-aligned manifestation method. It's going to feel really, really aligned to you, and you're going to create this momentum and really step into your leadership this way. All right, any last questions? Otherwise, I would jump off. I was just so excited to share with you guys. So I hope that I inspired you to think differently and to bring this new level of maybe what you want to create, because it really, really starts from the heart, from your heart, and from that heart creation. and bringing this new clarity into your whole being and actually like vibrating at that new frequency, so it actually becomes your existence, in your existence. I'll talk a little bit about that, about parallel realities and getting into your twin of like you embodying something, which is really fascinating. But that's another deeper level of being in the heart creation. So totally like bringing in that golden light of source creation. And that's a whole nother program that I actually am going to share with you guys later. All right. Okay, so you guys have a beautiful evening, and this was fun. Just reach out to me and say like, hey, I would like to start the program, like, and all of that, and then I will give you the link. And once I see the payment, I will start giving you your blueprints and give you the recording. And if you decide that you want to do this right now, I'm going to give you a shell clearing, an extra clearing that's going to really, really open up your heart that way. All right, and if you missed me, go and listen to the recording, because this was super, super powerful. It's probably an awareness that you already have, but when you listen to it again, you might get a super duper awareness, which is what I'm really good at, getting you guys to think differently and then take that aligned action that way. All right, well, you guys have a beautiful evening. Bye.